Hey, this is Kjetil from Carnation speaking. You're listening to the Brutally Delicious podcast.
Hey, how are you, man?
Hey, I'm fine. I'm good.
I'm Bruce. That's my partner, Kris, and you got to settle an argument for you. How do you pronounce your name?
Kjetil.
Oh, I was not even close.
How do you say it?
Kjetil.
So the K is silent.
It's the first KJ is like a sound that you don't have, I think, but it's the same sound as Germans would use when they say ich.
Ah.
I don't know German either, so I'm lost. But welcome. Thanks for joining us, man. I appreciate you taking the time.
No problem.
What's it like over there in Norway these days?
Well, we're kind of opening up again now after having quite a strict couple of months.
Yeah.
Due to the obvious. And yeah, summer just arrived, so it's quite nice.
What's the temperature? What's the temperature over there?
It's like 20 degrees today.
Nice.
But wait, that's Celsius, so you got to convert it for
Bruce,
Chris.
It's about 70, 69, 70.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm from Canada, so I know Celsius. I really don't get Fahrenheit very well, but I'm working on it.
Me neither.
Fahrenheit's the only thing that makes sense.
Fahrenheit makes no sense. Okay, here's Kjetil. I think you'll appreciate this one. If 32 degrees Fahrenheit equals 0 degrees Celsius, that's correct, right? That's correct. We can agree on that. So 32 plus 32 equals 64, which is about 14, 15 degrees. But 0 plus 0 equals 0. So there's your argument. Fahrenheit makes no sense.
We won.
Yeah.
No. Anyway, new record is out, I guess, May 8th, right?
May 8th, yeah.
So now that it's been out for a couple of weeks, how do you feel about it? Are you still satisfied with the outcome?
Oh, yeah, it's been quite amazing. It's the first time we release an album after social media, kind of. Last time we released an album in 2006, I guess we had MySpace, but I can't really remember how that
MySpace.
Yeah.
So, was Tom your first fan?
It was indeed.
Right, he was a fan of everybody.
Yeah. So it's been almost a bit like overwhelming because I know about algorithms and stuff, but it's been a lot of reincarnation in my feed the last since the week before the release, with the reviews started coming in, and I've done a lot of interviews, and it's been very positive, luckily.
What's it like to be putting a record together or releasing a record after what I read, 14 years?
Yeah, it's been a great process, to be honest. We came back together in 2016 after 10 years for the Light of Day of Darkness anniversary. So we did a few shows around the world, and the original plan was to feel how it was to play together again, and say that, okay, we're going to do these shows in 2016, and then we can decide if we're going to try and continue making more music and stuff. And luckily, the 2016 project went really, really, really well. So we quite immediately started to prepare, because we needed people around us to help us with this. So we signed we signed a publishing deal with Andy Farrow, the manager of Opeth and Paradise Lost and Catatonia and all of those bands,
right.
And also signed for the first time like a proper booking agency deal.
Nice.
With a Doomstar in the Netherlands. And then obviously after having listened to the demos and after having sent the demos to discussed with a few labels, we managed to strike a deal with Season of Mist, which we used to work with them. Yeah, it's a great label for us, and they've developed quite a lot since we worked with them the last time, which was in 2002 to 5 or something like that.
Yeah, they've come a long way.
Yeah, they have, really, and it's just positive. So we have signed a long-term deal with them, actually a 5-album deal, which this is the first one. Yeah, so we have a lot of plans the next few years. Of course, I think we need to rethink a couple of the time schedules because of the situation right now, because we were supposed to have played live now, so we have to go back a little bit. Yeah,
there's no touring at all. Like,
No, nothing at all.
Are you going to be able to play even in Norway anytime soon, or are they keeping that still closed off?
I actually did concerts, not with Green Carnation, but with the bass player of Green Carnation and the guitarist on Friday and Saturday. But that was maximum 50 with 1 meter's distance. I don't know how many feet. I don't know how many feet that is.
I get what a meter is.
Oh my goodness,
Bruce,
Kris, convert it for me, please.
Sure, it's 10 centimeters longer than a yard.
Okay,
it's like 3.2 feet.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
There are still some kind of strict rules, but we managed to do that, and it was quite amazing, to be honest with you, because the response from the crowd was amazing, because they've been waiting for this so long, and yeah. So we played I think more than 2.5 hour set just because everything was so nice. So that felt nice.
But that must have been strange, right? Everyone's standing there with their beverage, most likely, because you're in Norway, and you're 1 meter apart. You can't talk to anyone. So the focus is only on the band.
Yeah, that's true. They were actually sitting down. It was that kind of concert.
Oh, wow.
They were sitting down around, quite big round tables. So you would have a good distance anyway. But yeah, it's true. They were focusing on the music only, and that's what you want as an artist always, of course.
Absolutely. But usually when you play in a club, everyone's jammed together and they're talking in each other's ears like, oh, did you see that? Wow, or whatever. Yeah. But now they can't do that. So they're just sitting there.
No, it's true. Yeah, so that was a nice experience. As I said earlier, like Norway's reopening the country little by little every 14 days. Like we have new rules, which are, as long as the virus doesn't, explode again, which might happen. But I think they have a prognosis now, and they know that it's gonna blossom up a little bit. But I think the Norwegian government has it all under control. To be honest, they have enough capacity on the hospitals and stuff now, and so we're a bit more prepared for something if it's going to blossom up.
Right.
Then because everything went really fast in March, obviously.
Yeah. Well, they know what they're looking for now.
Yeah.
True. They'd never seen it before, so when it hits, you're like, "Holy shit! What the fuck was that?"
Yeah.
And then you have to learn about it. And now they're like, "Okay, if we do enough testing and figure out where stuff is, we can take care of it."
Yeah, and in my hometown, which is small, 100,000, it's the sixth biggest city in Norway, which says, but we're only 100,000. But we haven't had a new case in 3 weeks now.
Oh, that's
Congratulations.
Great. Yeah, thanks. What was it like getting out on the stage and actually playing to people? I mean, obviously it wasn't a full house, but just actual people that were there to see it. Was that pretty amazing after all this time?
It was actually, and it's a kind of concert that it's a low key concert. It's like kind of chill out concert, but like people were shouting and clapping when we got on stage. And then
like, finally.
Indeed, yeah. So it was a couple of really nice evenings.
So with Green Carnation, are you guys going to try and do anything like that in Norway, or?
I don't think so. We did a streaming concert last weekend, which was for us. We were supposed to do, our first release party for 14 years on that date, on the 23rd of May. But we were quite early in realizing that this is not going to happen. So we were one of the first bands actually to announce a live stream concert. And in the meantime, all the other bands in the world obviously had done it. So, but we did a full production. We did a huge production, very expensive production, and we managed to break even with up to, I think it was 70,000, people or views all around the world.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it was kind of turned out. I was thinking, why didn't we think about this before? Why should you limit this big evening to the people in our hometown and the ones crazy enough to travel to come and see us?
Yeah, that's crazy.
How was that? What was that like playing though? Because I know I saw the Catatonia live stream a couple of weeks ago, and they were saying that it was in between songs. It was kind of odd not having a crowd or any kind of feedback. They were just looking at cameras. Did you find it odd doing that?
It's the most challenging thing I've ever done as a singer, to be honest.
Yeah, I imagine, because you don't have that feedback, right? It's just
nothing.
You have no idea.
We planned our way around it, and we planned not to have any any awkward silence during our show. So we made a set list with sound from the first to the last second, and I didn't talk anything. So it was kind of an introvert set, but that was the way we had to do it in order to manage to perform.
Yeah. I imagine that was awesome.
What platform did you use to pull this off?
We did this. You could pay a ticket in advance, only like €5 or dollars, which is very cheap. And we made this 1.5 hour broadcast with a world premiere on a new single, and we had Simon, the bass player of Lepers. He was like interviewing us and being kind of like a talk show host.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, and we showed a documentary making of Leaves of Yesteryear on that stream, and that was on Vimeo.
Okay. Oh, so cool. for those like me who didn't get to see it because I didn't actually even know about it, is it available? Like people can go still see it?
Not anymore. It was available for a few days after.
Gotcha.
People were still watching, but we have some plans for the footage and the sound. So
stay tuned.
We pulled it away, and I think we're gonna probably use it on for building up our YouTube channel during the summer. Yeah.
So I know you don't have an exact answer to this, and we've asked this quite a few to other people. Where do you see the future of the music business or the rock world and the touring? Where do you see it going? Do you think it's ever going to be the same, or is it going to have to be reinvented?
I think I think the world is never going to be exactly the same, both for good and bad, I guess, because I think like for the environment and stuff, I think the Green parties, the Green parties would have enough good arguments for the rest of their lives now, because what this has shown to us is that we can do something about the way we live if we just want it.
Absolutely.
So I do think that there's going to be some, I think we're going to use planes a little bit less because, Zoom and Skype and everything has shown us that I don't think we've taken it like 100% serious previously. It's like it's worth more to meet somebody in person than online, but I think maybe that's a little bit, I think we might have changed that in this period a little bit, which could be good for lowering the number of planes in the air all the time and stuff like that.
I keep saying, and I've said a couple times even on other podcasts that we've done, that I think the amount of creativity and innovation we're going to see at the end of all this stuff is going to be quite amazing.
Yeah, I agree. And I think it's still early days, but what you did see quite fast was especially, the music business being really early in finding new solutions with the streaming concerts and stuff. And obviously that's going to have to, somebody told me that she didn't want to open the fridge because she was afraid there was a live stream in there.
I'm gonna steal that today for my social media update. I'm gonna be like, I don't want to open my fridge because I'm scared there's gonna be a live stream in there.
But in the end, like necessity is the mother of all invention, right? And you have to reinvent to kind of pay the bills at some point.
Absolutely. And I think there are some elements, at least, that we're gonna take with us from this time. I think there's still gonna be a need for people to physically go to concerts, luckily, but I do think we're gonna see a combination more. And I've been thinking about quite a lot if it's possible to do a virtual tour, for example, now in September, October. But then again, when Europe starts reopening, maybe in September, October, we're gonna put a lot of effort into something, and people really want to see physical concerts. So I think it's the uncertainty that's the most difficult thing right now for bands. But
I have that need to see a physical concert. I'm jonesing big time.
Oh yeah. But one thing I was thinking about with the virtual concert, you could use a green screen, and really put on a pretty cool situation for people.
Absolutely.
Each song could have its own situation.
Yeah.
And that's not something you could do live, really.
True. But I was thinking even like with 3D technology and everything that like say we could have 200 people in a big venue in Berlin or something. We could be in Kristiansand and use like a 3D technology / green screen, and we could have cameras in the venue in Berlin, so it would look actually that we were on the venue.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Stuff like that. I'm not a very technical person, but I think that sounds like a kind of a cool idea, if it's possible to do, of course.
Oh, it's possible. It just, how much money would it cost to do?
That's the problem, I guess.
Oh, there's that. Right.
Damn,
there's that little
stupid cash always getting in the way of my artistic goals.
Yes.
especially when there's not much coming in these days.
Yeah.
I think we were. I wouldn't say lucky, but I think we were, quite happy with breaking even on that big show we had, because we decided Carnation is a more is more band, so people would expect us to do something special, and so we couldn't just do it with a mobile phone on our kitchen and stuff like that. So we put a lot of money into the production, and I think, we're happy about that now, because we have 10 songs now, which already sound and look really nice, that we can use for, rebuilding the band, which is basically what we're doing now, because we're still kind of small online, because we were gone when Facebook came. So our Facebook site on Facebook page is just a few years old, and it takes so much time to build it up, because there's so many, there's so many of them,
Oh, yeah.
Right.
There's so many pages. It's not even funny.
No.
and you get invited to like 10 a day. So
yeah, and especially now with all these, everybody, like you said, there's a stream in every fridge. You're getting invited to 1 million of them.
Yeah, you do. So I think the market is going to adjust itself, because again, it's going to be, I think, the best quality that will survive anyways. That's the thing with everything. So I think that's going to happen slowly. But it's been nice to see that the music business has been able to innovate quite fast.
Absolutely.
Very fast. Yeah, I agree. Kris?
Well, I don't really have anything else. I think this was a really cool conversation, though. And
cool.
And I would, like you, agree. This is really going to, it proves that if you really want to do something, it can be done.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that everyone's always saying, oh, you can't do that. You can't do this. You can't do this. It's too politically hard. It's too expensive. And suddenly everyone's forced to do it, and they do it.
Yeah, because you have to. I mean, it's either that or don't survive, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Which is basically the question at the end of the day, like for the world. But we don't really want to talk about that. I've been to some seminars about the environmental crisis and stuff, and it's quite funny that families don't speak about this when they're eating dinner. And why aren't we doing that? Because this is something that's probably going to affect, especially our children's generation. Maybe not ours, because we're getting old, but yeah, you know what I mean. So it's a great thing.
Hey! Yeah. I'm young here.
I feel really bad for my son, because he's a senior this year and he's graduating and getting out into the world, and it's pretty fucked.
Yeah, it is totally.
But hopefully, he'll be able to. That generation will be able to roll with it and take the lead and change this thing around.
I wonder what we would have done the last 8 or 9 or 10 weeks without the internet.
Oh my God.
I don't know. Can you drink anymore? I don't think you could drink anymore or eat anymore. So
there would have been a lot of sex.
Yeah. There is going to be a baby boom and a divorce boom, I'm sure.
Yeah, I bet you're right.
In California, they had the record for the amount of divorces filed in a week a little while ago.
Really? They did, already.
Yeah, in California, people were like, that's it.
24/7 for 2 months. I can't take it anymore.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Anyway, I want to thank you for taking the time, man. Good luck with the record, and hope we'll catch you sometime soon.
Cheers. Thank you very much, both of you.
Have a good day, man.
Okay, cool. Bye-bye.
Bye.